Well, go on. I'm just jamming. Just jamming for a second, you know, letting it fill in. I'm smoking mugwort, by the way. Well, go on, come on in. Peace, reflections. Recognize the I and I. You know, right now I'm just cooling. Gonna let it fill up for a second. You know what I'm saying? When we get down to the nitty gritty here, this Magick, the Magick. We're gonna get into it. You know what I'm saying? Just stay tuned. Yeah, feel that shit. Feel that shit. In September, waiting for the time to fall, waiting for the city to crumble. It's getting kinda hard to listen, hard for me to use eyes. Glow is glistening, making sure it keeps us hypnotized. Yeah, I don't wanna know about evil. I only wanna know about love. It's okay here. It's okay here. Wagwan. What y'all niggas know about Dr. John? What y'all niggas know about Dr. John? All one, all love. We in the building. You see, I had to get my little jam session in. You feel me? I had to open up the neurological pathways and the quantum strings to keep us all tethered together as I go ahead and open up this presentation on Magick. Basically, it's going to be, I'm just going to tell y'all a little bit about self-defense and give y'all some cheat codes. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real with y'all. Shit, giving y'all something you can use. Smoking that mugwort tonight. Smoking on that, what's his name? Tonight. I'm blowing on that mugwort tonight. You gotta feel this shit here. I'm a fool, huh? I can't help it. I can't help it. What you gonna do with me? You don't know sometimes, right? Well, you know, as the veil is getting thinner, I just want everybody in attendance to pay attention to the surroundings. Pay attention to the vibrational frequencies, the energies and motion that you're feeling. You know, this shit is, it's real out here, folks. And what's understood does not need to be explained. So with that being said, yeah, man, you already know. We're going to get into some self-defense. And we're going to start off with a very simple cleansing ritual. Something you can do to clean your house. Very easy, very simple. And you're going to fucking love it because it works fantastic. You're going to need a coconut. A random, regular, store-bought coconut. And you're going to need some rum. What you're going to do is you're going to go to the very back of your house and you're going to pour the rum on top of the coconut. Get about a pint. And make sure when you get the rum, you want to get some Caribbean rum. Some Parrot Bay or some Admiral Nelson. You don't want to get no Captain Morgan or Bacardi. It'll work, but not as effective or as potent if you get some Caribbean rum. So you get some Caribbean rum and a coconut. You're going to come to the front of your house and pour the rum over the coconut. Then you're going to grab a broom and you're going to sweep this coconut from the back of your house to the front of your house. Again, after you're done pouring the rum on the cocoa nuts, you're going to sweep this motherfucker from the back of your house to the front of your house. When you are done sweeping the coconut through all the rooms from back to front in your house, discard of the fucking coconut. Get it away from you. You're welcome. The spirits like rum. And the coconut is actually very protective. Yeah, if you got it upstairs, you would start upstairs and work your way downstairs. You start from the back of the house all the way to the front of the house. So if you have a 2-level, you have a 2nd-story house, or you're living in a 2-story home, you're going to want to go upstairs to the very back of the house and start there, and then work your way from room to room downstairs to the front door. Next here, if you are dealing with any type of sickness, if you're dealing with any type of psychic or occult attack from a wizard, a Wiccan, or a warlock, or if someone's projecting the evil eye towards you, I'm about to tell you how to combat that shit. What you're going to want to do, very simple. Get your ass a Spanish onion, a white onion. Onions have very, very prominent holistic properties, but also in metaphysics and in the occult world, an onion works like a sponge for evil and negativity. Onion also wards off sickness and disease in the magic and the occult world. So, what you're going to want to... Hey, baby, how was work? You looking fine as ever. How you doing, baby? You tired? Yeah, you working that ass hard. You're a working woman. I missed you. So what you want to do is you're going to go ahead and cut that cut that onion in half. Okay? Right down the fucking middle. When you're done cutting your onion in half, wherever you feel the sickness or wherever you feel the influction of energy, wherever you feel the animosity, you're going to want to place that onion in that room under a couch, or if it's, for example, where you sleep, place it under your bed for 3 nights and 3 days. Okay? It's going to absorb all the negative influences, all the negative energies and thought forms in the house. It's also going to absorb any sickness that has inflicted anybody's etheric field. Because once again, everything happens in your etheric body before it shows up in your physical body. That includes sickness and the evil eye. So the onion is going to absorb all of that stuff and take it in. Okay? After 3 days, you're going to know it works because you're going to smell that fucking onion. And when you look at the onion, it's going to be devoid of life. That's the best explanation I can give you. You're going to see the evil and negativity that has been absorbed. You're going to see the sickness that has been absorbed inside of this fucking onion. Real shit. Real shit. When you're done with that onion, discard of it. You can throw it in the trash. You can bury it. Just get rid of it. What about genetic conditions? Explain. Alright. Another something that's really, really prominent that I want everybody to keep in mind when we're dealing with protection magic or we're dealing with occult workings is repairing an aura. If you feel as if your aura or your etheric field has been compromised, shit's going on no matter what you do or how much you meditate, it's just not fucking working out for you. If you smell weird smells, that's a sign you've been afflicted. If you see roaches, spiders, flies. These are signs that you've been afflicted. If a crow is cawing on top of your house, you definitely have been afflicted or you're under a psychic attack. I have been diagnosed with Machido Joseph's disease, SCA3, a neurological disease. With that, I would refer you to a man by the name of Yaki Awakened and Holistic Remedies 9. They're more on the disease holistic aspect. I'm a metaphysicist. I'm an occultist. I can't really give you health advice. I am the fourth generation. Okay. So more than likely, from what it sounds like, it probably skipped a generation and hit you. But I can't give you professional medical advice because I don't operate in that field, unfortunately. And I'm not gonna jive you and act like I do, brother. I I don't know nothing about that, okay? But I know two fine, great men who do. One of them I could reach out to and I'll see what the word is. He goes by the name of Strange the Wordplay King, also known as Holistic Remedies 9. I'll give him a shout out and I'll get back with you on that. And we'll definitely make some shit shake to help you out. You know what I'm saying? Just because I don't have the answer doesn't mean I can't reach out to a brother or a sister and come up with the answer to help you. But I ain't gonna drive you, pimping. I don't know shit about that. I don't want to act like I do. Because I feel like that's the problem. Sometimes a motherfucker won't know nothing about some questions that they're being asked. And instead of just saying, like, I don't know, they'll act like they know and end up making themselves looking fucking stupid in the process of that. You know what I'm talking about? So I just try to keep it real. I just try to keep it a buck with y'all. You know what I'm saying? If I know something, I know something. If I don't, I ain't gonna try to act like I don't know. I'm gonna just keep it real. But when it comes to spiritual defense and repairing one's aura, this is very important, okay? When you're trying to repair your aura, you have to notice the signs first, okay? A lot of times people think they're under a hex or a spell, and they're not. It's just they've mentally agreed to a thought form or an energy signature, which has thus created, in a sense, a magical entity or a presence around their quantum energetic field, basically cursing their self. That can also be done, but that is something completely different than what I am talking about. The signs to know when you're under a hex or a spell or you're under affliction of a particular energetic force, you're going to see certain insects. You're going to smell certain sensations, okay? One of the things that you're going to smell that you won't be able to get rid of is sulfur. Sulfur is basically a smell that is attached to negative and malevolent spirits. And it kind of smells like rotten eggs. When you smell something like rotten eggs or a pungent, putrid, like rotten food, sour smell, without any of that being around you or in your house, you're under a psychic attack. If you start to see things like roaches, you start to see black or red spiders, you start to see white ants, or if for some reason you have a clean dwelling and you're seeing these insects simultaneously all at once out of the fucking blue, more than likely you are under a occult attack or a psychic attack. You're under what they like to call a hex, okay? And to break a hex, there's 3 steps you have to take. And this is very important. You have to break the point of contact. That is the first thing. Break the point of contact. Meaning, even if you don't know who has afflicted you, or if you do know who has afflicted you, you have to break the point of contact. What that basically means, what if I moved into a house that has these? If you moved into a dwelling where there's already apparitions there, that can be cleansed. It just takes anywhere from a 3-day work process to a 30-day work process. But it can be done. However, if this is your house and something is placed there, you've been hexed, whatever the case may be, the first thing you're going to want to do is break the point of contact. Don't talk to anybody that you have under the suspicion of doing this to you. Break the point of contact. Tell nobody what you're doing. Tell nobody what your plans are. Keep it a secret. That's the very first thing you're going to want to do. Keep your mouth shut. Turn your phone off and operate out of silence for the next 2 weeks. Then the next thing you're going to want to do to repair an aura is cleanse the atmosphere. Like I was about to get into, let's say you already moved into a house that has a poltergeist or certain apparition energy signatures living there, like ghosts and spirits. One of the things that you're going to want to do is clear the atmosphere. Okay, clear the atmosphere, clear the energy of the house. My favorite 2 things to do is either smudging, where you burn a particular herb and you release the smoke and repeat our chant and incantation of protection as you're spreading the smoke of the herb. One of my favorite herbs to use for protection in the form of smudging would be Palo Santo. I prefer to use cedar and occasionally sweetgrass. If you can't find sweetgrass, if you can't find Palo Santo, white sage will do fine. But if you're like me and you like to use things that you have on hand, readily accessible, instead of going to a Botanica or an herb store buying some shit, all you need is salt and water. Now, to clear the atmosphere using salt and water, it's very important that you say an incantation of power over the salt and the water before using them for this ritual purpose, okay? An incantation is basically whenever you say, for example, I'm just going to give you one. I'm just going to give you one of mine. This is an example of an incantation that you would do over water and say over salt, okay? You would use these 2 fingers and you're going to point these 2 fingers over the water or over the salt like so, okay? This is producing an energetic connection between you and the substances that are about to be used in this ritual space, okay? You point your first and second finger at the salt. I'm reading out of my handy dandy notebook. You know how I do. And you would say, for example, I exorcise thee. I purify thee, the creature of the earth, by the living God. And then you would make a cross with your 2 fingers. The Maltese cross. This has nothing to do with Christianity. What this does when you make this Maltese cross is a signifier of the north, east, south, west, the earth, air, water, fire, spirit, energy signatures that exist in you and outside of you, in the element you're using and outside the element you're using. So you would make a symbol of the cross with your fingers like this. The 2 down and your thumb over your nail. 2 down, thumb over your nail. Like so. Okay? You do that over the water, okay? And what you would say is, by the power of the hidden one, by the omnipotent force that dwells therein and outside of me, I purify thee. I say that thou is cleansed of all evil influences in the name of Agias, Agios, Logios, Othios, who are the guardians of the waters and protectors of all angels and man. So the incantation, very simple. 2 fingers, you point it down toward the salt or toward the water, and you would say, I exorcise thee, I purify thee, creature of the earth, pertaining to the salt or an herb. Or if it's water, you would say, creatures of the waters, by the living God. And then you would make a cross with your 2 fingers. Okay? By the holy energies and the omnipotent force that dwells therein me and outside of me, inside of the creatures of the earth and outside of the creatures of the earth, that thou may be purified, that thou may be cleansed of all evil influences in the name of Agias, Agios, Logios, Othios, who are the guardians of the waters and protectors of all angels and man. Wagwan Bunny Toya. That's a very simple incantation you can do. After you've done that and you've spoken that over the herb of choice for protection, okay, or over the water for protection, know that pure essence and that pure energy that you're emitting, it's getting released through your fingers and it's getting sent to the water. What influences water? Your thoughts and your words and your vibration. You know, there was a scientist by the name of Masaru Emoto, Dr. Emoto, who, yeah, you can do it on yourself as well. You don't even have to use water or salt for that matter. But understand, a lot of these water, all water is connected and water holds memory. So whenever you speak a good intention or a purifying intention over the water, not only is it going to change the molecular structure of that water, but when you use it in a ritual sense, it's going to change the energy and the molecular structure of you and the thought forms therein that surround you or your dwelling or the space you're doing this work in. Another example of an incantation you can do, for example, over an herb or over salt, is where you would extend your hand. You just extend your hand over the salt or the herb that you're going to use, and you would say, creature of the earth, adore the Creator in thy name of the Most High, the Almighty, maker of heaven and earth, the mind and the body and the soul, and the El Christos within, by the power of the Ruach HaKadosh, which would be the Holy Spirit that animates us all. I consecrate thee with the power of me to be of service to the light in the name of the Most High and the hidden mother and father of all things, Agias, Agios, Lotios, Otios, Sabaoth, and it is so. Simple. You could do that to salt, any other herb. When you say these words of power over it, what it's going to do is make it ready for a ritualistic practice. Understand, when I say the mind is all and the universe is mental, I'm not fucking kidding. For example, every occultist and scholar knows this. But for example, anytime you, for example, are dealing with the imagination or you have an intention, that is a ritual. Literally. So let's say, for example, yes, Sabaoth. Sabaoth. Sabaoth is a particular energy signature that is referred to mostly in Gnostic texts. It's not the Sabbath you're thinking of, but I know what you're talking about. Let's say, for example, you're taking a bath and you have no intention other than to get yourself clean. So you're in the bath or whatever, you're in the shower and you're cleaning yourself. When you're done, you've just done that. You've been cleaned. Whereas, let's say you were to have a intention of cleaning yourself physically, but also spiritually. Maybe realigning your chakras, or for example, stopping drinking alcohol. With that intention, holding that image in your mind, as you're washing yourself, not only are you physically washing yourself, but you've created a ritual. You've participated in your own ritual, a ritual cleansing. It's very simple. All you have to do is have an intention. The mind is all and the universe is mental. Our mind is going to make real what we intellectually agree with. So when you hold an image in your mind or a thought in your mind for longer than 10 seconds, your brain waves pick on it as a reality. So let's say you want to stop drinking alcohol and you want to use magic or the occult to stop drinking alcohol. You would get a bottle of alcohol and wash yourself in that alcohol with a spiritual bath. Of course, you want to dilute it or it'll burn like a motherfucker. After you're done with that washing with the intent of quitting the alcohol, with the imagination of you stopping drinking the alcohol as you're washing yourself. You've just completed a ritual. When you're done with that ritual, you're going to tie up that bottle of alcohol with a red ribbon or a blue ribbon, and you're going to tie it to the nearest tree on the far east side. It don't even have to be on your property, but tie it to the nearest tree on the far east side. Why? Because the sun rises on the east and sets on the west. That's why. Mystery Fusion, what up? What up? But in a nutshell, a lot of these things that we call magic, it's really just science of the unseen. It's just science of what, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not real. A lot of the times people didn't understand how we could tap into these forces and these energies and these vibrations using our spirit, because they couldn't see it. So since they couldn't see it, they just called it fucking magic. It's science. It's the eternal science of you. Facts. Like writing people's names on paper and burning it to forgive them or to forget them. Absolutely. In fact, here's a little something me and my wife did a couple years back to understand our past life incarnations. What you're going to want to do is get a black candle. You want a black candle because black absorbs energy. It pulls all the energy in. After you get a black candle, you're going to want to be in a dark room. Turn the lights off. Shut the windows. Get you a mirror. Sit in front of this mirror. Light the black candle and meditate with your eyes open. Stare deep in your eyes. Just stare. Just stare at yourself in the mirror in this dark room with this black candle. And you are going to see a lot of shit. You're going to see faces. You're going to see past lives. You're going to see a lot of shit. And when you're done, write down a list of your fears. Things you're afraid of. In black ink. And burn it. And release it in the wind. As you release these ashes in the wind, every memory, every face you just encountered in that meditation will come back to you. And you'll start remembering. Very simple. Like I said, this is very simple things here. We just don't know about it. Chris, Fortune, what up, Nyaga? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Right now I'm teaching y'all a little bit of magic in a very simple way. I mean, a lot of the times people think magic is this untouchable thing that you have to be born to know, and that's not the case. However, there are some people who are naturals and are born with a gift. There are others who have acquired the gift over time, because these things dwell within all of us. Like some people, there's a reason why you have a zodiac. There's a reason why you were born on the day you were born, in the month you were born in, with that particular zodiac, with that particular birthday. Everybody is born at a particular time on a particular day with a gift. Oh, you write down a list of your fears and burn it in black ink. You can either do this before or after. But what you're going to want to do, the main catalyst of this exercise, is getting a black candle, sitting in a dark room, and gazing in front of a mirror. You're going to go into a meditative state with your eyes open. And you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. But whatever you do, don't look away. Don't break contact. Gaze deep in your eyes, deep in your soul. And you're going to hear your story. You're going to see your story. You're going to see it. You're going to see it. You're going to know exactly what I mean. And after you're done, come tell me your results. Tell me what you saw. Tell me what you saw. Oh, yeah. That's one of those things right there that anybody can do and tap into. But we got these gatekeepers. in the spiritual community who don't know magic and spells. They get magic and spells from motherfuckers like me and then act like they came up with the shit and don't tell you the proper tools on how to do it. For example, if you are down on your luck right now, you need some money, I'm going to tell you 3 things to do right now to get some money in your pocket. Alright? But before I do that, I need you to understand something about magic. When conjuring up something for thyself, please stay realistic. Because these things have to come from somewhere. Okay? So if you don't have a job or a way to obtain the money with these rituals and these spells I'm about to tell you, expect some blowback because you didn't have a place for it to where it came from. So it came from the spirit, and spirit demands payment. Okay? So to avoid all that shit, trust me, what you're gonna want to do is just have a source for the income first. Okay? Trust me from experience. You don't want to go through this shit how I did. I tried to do this shit when I was broke. Peace, God. Peace, God. I see you, Keith Gamble. God Frequency 777 in the building. What up? Big up. Attendance to the gods and the goddesses in the building. We up in here right now. Shit, y'all don't miss me smoking that mugwort. Now I don't put on some. I'm about to blow on some ganja and give y'all some money spells. Now this, what I like to call one of my favorite money spells is the penny ritual. What you're going to want to do is get 21 pennies. Get 21 pennies. After you've gotten your 21 pennies, you're going to want to get 3 pieces of candy. 3 pieces of candy or 3 small children toys. Okay? You're going to want to do this at midnight on a Monday or on a Sunday. Why are we doing this on a midnight or a Sunday? Gathering 21 pennies and a small children's toy or some candy, because we're going to meet Papa Legba at the crossroads. And Papa Legba, the opener of the way, the mediator between realms, well, his favorite number is 3 and dominations of 3. Like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Yeah. He also likes pennies, and he loves sweet things. Think of it like a very childlike energy. He likes to play. He likes toys and shiny things. Elegba also likes coffee and rum. Black, strong coffee. None of that cheap shit. Get you, this is how it's going to do. This is a whole thing, okay? So, to get Papa Legba's attention, you're going to want to do it on his day. Sunday or Monday at midnight. This is Papa Legba's hour. Okay? When you get there, Legbar meets you at the crossroad. Okay? Legbar likes music. So as you gather your toys, or you gather your pennies and your candy, you got your rum and your coffee, I want you to walk to the crossroads and sing Papa a song. Make it up. But sing Papa a song, okay? I have a song I sing for Lekbar. Ashe. Pare canto Lekbar. Pare canto. Pare canto Lekbar. Ashe. Pare canto Lekbar. Mile canto. Poro canto Lekbar. And I just repeat it as I walk on to the crossroads, dropping my pennies. Drop the pennies in sets of 3. When you get to the crossroad, you're going to want a cigar. Place the cigar in the center of the crossroad. Drop the toys or the candy around the cigar in the center of the crossroad. Okay? And finally, leave the rum or the coffee. And turn around. Do not look back. Whatever you do, do not fucking look back. I don't give a damn how much crazy, spooky shit you hear behind you. You do not look back, nigga. Do you understand me? Don't do it. Okay? Go home a different way. You're going to walk home a different way you came. Because remember, Papa Legba is the gatekeeper. He's the mediator between this world and that world. So, spirits are going to come out at his hour. Go a different way home. Don't turn away. Do not turn around. When you get to your house, you tell Papa Legba thank you. And you leave some coffee by your front door. And I promise you in 3 days' time, you're going to have some fucking money. But it's best to have some sort of money already in flow before you do this ritual. Please. Please do not be a broke ass nigga and not have any way of getting money before you do this ritual. Please don't do this ritual if you ain't got no way to get no money. Please. Don't do that shit. Have a job or a side hustle or something. It'll come. But don't be doing no shit with no way to get this money. Because it's got to come from somewhere. And if you ain't making it come, spirit making it come. And nigga, spirit demands payment. That's all I'm going to say. You've been warned. That's all I'm going to say. Legba, Papa, he ain't the one you want to play with. So be nice. Give him his things. He likes black coffee. He likes candy. He likes the number 3. And he loves fucking pennies. So appease him. And as you activate that energy on this planet, understand it's also activating in you. And you will get the money you seek. I promise. The next one you can do to get some money is honestly a lot simpler, but not as potent. All you gotta do, I'll do it right now live. That's all you gotta do. It's very easy, very quick, very simple. And you do this shit, you'll get about $20 today. Promise. You're gonna want to hit go in your cabinet, get you some motherfucking cinnamon, get you some motherfucking honey. Close the cabinet. That's all you gonna need for this. We're gonna go somewhere nice and secluded. You know, like a bathroom, and shut the door. Shut. Now you're gonna turn on your water. You're gonna get the honey and you're gonna put it in your hand. About that much here. About that much. Now you're gonna put some cinnamon on that motherfucker. Just like this here. You see that shit? You got your cinnamon, you got your honey in your palm. Alright? Now you're gonna rub it together on your hands. The money is mine. It flows to me easily. The money is mine. It flows to me easily. The money is mine. It flows to me easily. The money is mine. It flows to me easily. The money is mine. It flows to me easily. I want you to hear coins hit in the ground. You know how coins sound when they shake. Hear some coins and visually see the coins falling in your hand as you're washing your hands. Yeah. Turn off the water. Let them hands air dry. Don't wipe that shit off. Or it's going to be counterproductive, you see? You just got all that good mojo on your hands. You don't want to wash it down the drain now, do you? So let them hands air dry. And you're going to have some motherfucking money. I guarantee it. Today. Do it today. You ain't going to have no hundreds. You ain't going to wake up with no motherfucking $1,000. But you going to get blessed. Very simple. Very simple. Okay? And lastly, my third money ritual it requires you to have an altar. All you got to do, get to your altar and put some money on there. Feed your ancestors. Give them some money. Give them some money. And in turn, taking care of them, they'll take care of you. You could get ancestor money and burn it if you want to, or you could just get the real fucking thing that's been touched by hands, your hands and many people's hands before you, charged with magnetism, also known as energy. Wonderful energy, brethren. Nothing but love. Oh, you already know how I do, Mr. Synchronicity. Yo, y'all go follow a real one right here. This is my boy Logan. Good brother right here. Good brother right here. Right here, man. I mean, I'm telling you, you want a Viking friend? You want one of them cool white boys? Holla at him, bro. Matter of fact, we ain't gonna call him white. We ain't gonna call him white. He a nigga. He one of ours. Alright? He one of ours. He one of ours today. Fuck it, fight me. I'll fight for you, Logan. You one of ours today. Now we're gonna get into a little something I like to call the essence of magic. Now the essence of magic is gonna be one of two ways. Okay? Bliss, salute. Got $62 bills on mine. There you go. There you go. There you go. Got $62 bills and the number 6222. Bro, I see you. I peeped the science, God. Yeah, Barry 9, what up? What up? What up? Now, anytime you're dealing with magic, anytime you're dealing with ritual space, understand that this is all going to be magnetism. Magnetism in the occult world is spiritual pressure. Spiritual pressure is your frequency, okay? So depending on the amount of magnetism you have, depending on the amount of energy you exert or force out, your spiritual pressure is going to determine how potent your ceremony or ritual is going to be. Now, to strengthen your spiritual pressure, you could do something very easy. My energy comes from emotion. Raw emotion. I have to be extremely happy, extremely angry, extremely sad, whatever. But it has to be on the extreme. Whenever I feel an extreme emotion, I can tweak that emotion, transmute it into passion, and make shit manifest. That's one of my gifts. Some people don't have that gift to where they don't need to be really fucking emotional to do things. They have the capability to make stuff happen another way. That is all form of magnetism. When you find out your magnetism, you find out your gift, you can use that motherfucker to your ability and to your benefit. You understand that being a magician, being a magi, is all about the manipulation of particles and waves. That's all it is. Understanding how to turn gold into lead, lead into gold, from nothing and make it something through the transmutation of the mind, mental alchemy, the particles and waves made manifest through the exertion of your energy signature, or in the occult world, your magnetism. Now I'm going to read you a little something here. The essence of telepathy consists of the sympathetic induction of vibration, emotion, and is very much connected to electricity. An emotional state altered by electricity is conductive and conducive to the body and its vibratory frequency. In the occult, emotion is known as force or magnetism, a type of plasma electricity which radiates out in all areas of the human body, forming an electromagnetic field or a torus field known to the modern day people as an aura field, but when trained can be formed into a beam and directed. The Kamehameha. So again, emotion is electric. All occultists know this. We already know this. It is electric. It's a form of electricity that is a conduit or a catalyst in magic. So whenever you are excited about something and you just, you feeling it, nigga, you can use that excitement and transmute something, hold an image in your mind and make it so because you're magic. You don't have to join a class for $200. You don't have to buy a book for $1,000. You don't have to join somebody's secret clubhouse or their university. You can do it on your own. And Kashel's going to give you the tools and teach you how. For free 99, niggas. All I ask is that you share some love and send some love. I got my Cash App right there. Keep the lights on. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I'm giving it to you. I ain't one of these motherfucking gatekeepers. I want you guys to have this information. I want you to have this information because it's all our shit. It's not mine. It's not theirs. It's fucking all of ours. It belongs to us all. So why keep it from somebody and dangle it over their head for a steep price when you could give it to them? Simple. Jimmy Nismo! Wagwan! King Midas in the building. I see you, Webster. Gone. Y'all go follow Webster. This is a cool ass man right here. This is a cool fucking person, okay? He's a DJ and a photographer. Like, y'all are sleeping. Y'all need to fuck with Webster. And he has a really cool accent. Now, back to the main shit here. I got some Enochian words of power. Enochian words of power and protection that you can use and say anytime, rather it be a ritual or you just feel like there's some bad shit around you, okay? One of the first words and terms I'm going to give you to use and say, guidance is priceless. Word. You already know. Peace, God. Peace, God. All right, now we just teaching magic. I'm just teaching magic and spiritual self-defense, psychological self-defense, really. And I'm showing everybody, even if you've never tapped into it, we all have the ability to be a magician. We are all magic. Literally. If you got neuromelanin, EU melanin, or few melanin, bruh, you got magic in you. You're concentrated stardust and electric. Anytime you have an emotional response, you're producing and conducting an electromagnetic field that you can use and utilize to your benefit. They just don't tell us about this shit. Some people don't know about this shit. But Kashil here to teach y'all about this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to keep it from you. Why would I do that? Oh, remote viewing is real as hell. I actually have a declassified CIA document I could send y'all that proves the government's been doing remote viewing on people since the 1970s. And in fact, to this day, remote viewing is... They learned remote viewing from the ancient Druids. The Druids used to astral travel without going to sleep. Just like the Twa people and the Tamari people in ancient Hikupta or in ancient Kemet. They had the ability to travel in the mind simultaneously wherever at will, my nigga. Like how we daydream and imagine, their brain and spirit was so strong, they were really there, really doing it. remote viewing people. And the CIA went and studied this shit and practiced it on the American people since the 1970s. I got a whole declassified government document from the CIA archives talking about remote viewing. It's a real thing, and they do it all the fucking time. Nowadays, they use things like flies or pigeons. They use things like mosquitoes to spy on you, little gnats. But if your energy field, your Taurus field is too strong, that shit doesn't work. And they have to remote view you when you're sleeping. And if you ever see like a silver cord, you ever see somebody in the dream world with like a silver cord or a silver line around you, they're remote viewing. They're actually dream hopping. They're not supposed to be there. Cut the silver cord and all those problems will go away. I promise. You start cutting them motherfuckers cords, they'll leave you alone. They'll learn their fucking lesson. Cut their cord next time. I was convinced at the Renaissance Festival on the full moon, Magick was the trick of that night. Hell yeah. Why the problem child? What's up? Hell yeah. J Foreign. I see you, G. I see you. That's it. Like, so remote viewing is one of those things we can actually do through meditative practice. You just have to train your mind to go from alpha to theta state. One of the main things I do, matter of fact, before I even get into that, I have to do this now. Fuck. Shit. I have to do this now. You see? Y'all see the situation? Y'all see the shit y'all put me in? I gotta do this now. I was supposed to hold off on this for a minute. But now I'm gonna give y'all the staircase. The magical staircase. Rahabat. Ashe Ashuk, brethren. Now, this is something I've learned from one of my favorite books I keep quoting. Psychic Development for Beginners by William H. Hewitt. Out of print book, very hard to find. And my ass, cause I'm that nigga, just happened to get my hands on a physical copy. How splendid is that? But what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go down to this exercise, and we're gonna do the staircase, and you're gonna strengthen your psychic capability. You're gonna strengthen your spiritual capability, and you're gonna come to a deeper psychic level. Okay? After this live, everybody's going to be able to tap into a deeper psychic level, a deeper spiritual level, and tap into these principles and these key concepts. Every single last one of y'all in attendance. Okay? This exercise is called the Master Staircase. I got you. Now what I want y'all to do is relax. Breathe. Feel your body. Feel your toes. Feel your feet. Feel the blood in your body as it flows through you. Start to focus on your breath. Now I want you to bring into your mind's eye a spiral staircase with 13 steps curving down to the bottom of the floor. You see a spiraled staircase made of 13 steps curving down to the bottom of the floor. And you're standing at the top of this staircase. Do you hear the people talking in the background? Do you hear the music playing? You're in a beautiful, what is it, a lobby of a hotel or a speakeasy? You guys decide. You hear it. me see the staircase? Take a step down and keep going down the staircase. Mentally say, with each step, I enter a deeper psychic level. I enter a deeper psychic level. I enter a deeper spiritual level. I have entered a deeper spiritual level. I have entered a deeper psychic level. I have entered a deeper psychic level. Now step down to the 8th and 9th steps and repeat, I am achieving a deeper psychic level. I am achieving a deeper psychic level. Hear your feet hit the step as you count down 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. You're on the 8th step. You could feel the neurological pathways opening up. You could feel the sensations and the vibrations around you opening up. Continue descending down the steps as I just described, hearing your feet. When you reach the bottom, say out loud and say in your mind, I am now at a strong psychic level that I can use for success in my life and for psychic performance. I can reach this level whenever I wish, with my eyes either opened or closed, simply by desiring to be here and counting down from 3 to 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. Now open your eyes. Notice I say these things with conviction. I say these things with authority. I'm not asking for permission. It's my mind and I command it. Are you in control of your brain, or is your brain in control of you? Don't ask. Command that shit. Say it with conviction. Because when you do that on a subconscious level, it's called monolinguistic programming. You're reprogramming your subconscious mind to do and act on the program you're sending to it. You just interacted with your subconscious, your unconscious, and your conscious mind simultaneously at the same time as you were reaching and achieving deeper psychic levels and deeper spiritual levels. Transmutating the energy around you and inside of you, the particles and the waves, those energies you're feeling, that feeling you're feeling right now, those are all chemicals being released in your body, sending signals and sensations to your brain. Mental alchemy and transmutation. The mind is all. Remember, we only project with these. We don't see with our eyes. We see with our mind. Our mind don't know the difference. What you just experienced was real, and now your mind's gonna make it so, and you will achieve and reach those deeper psychic levels and those deeper spiritual levels. It's natural universal law. It has to be so. Let's see what go on. Sounds like a scene in Inception when they was creating the illusionary subconscious levels. Exactly. Where do you think they got it from? Creative God energy. Please save the live, because I came in late, but I jumped right in and felt it right away through all my bones. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. I. That's what the fuck I'm talking about right there. Now let me go ahead and give y'all some Enochian words of power. Now let's say you want to charge something. Let's say you got last time on one of my lives I was showing y'all some sigils that you can use and you can draw to protect yourself and your family. Particularly the sigil of Melchizedek and the 8-pointed star of Melchizedek. Right? Now, If you were to draw this on some parchment paper or some brass, some tin, some lead, or even some copper, carve it into some wood, whatever the case may be, anything that has a vibrational force of energy, you can speak certain words of power over it to activate the magnetism or activate the energy. These Enochian or occult words of power are as follows. Abba. A-B-B-A. Abba. Theos. O Theos. T-H-E-O-S and O-T-H-E-O-S. It is Greek and Latin for God, the omnipotent being. Bithemi. Had he him. Beheri had he him. B-E-H-E-T-I-M-Y-H-A-T H-E-H-E-M. Behetihem hiat he him. Rubios. R-U-B-O-S. Rubios. Bathar. Baruch Hunt. Bathar. Baruch Hunt. B-E-T-H-E-R. B-U-S-U-R-N-H-U-N-T. Again, Bathar. Bushur Hunt. B-E-T-H-A-R. B-U-S-U-R-N-H-U-N-T. Agias. Agios. A-G-I-A-S. A-G-I-O-S. Agias. Agios. Agias is Big Mama. Agios is the supreme cosmic divine masculine. The anima and the animus in a nutshell. Logios. L-O-G-O-S. Logios. Logios is the primordial consciousness of the Supreme. It is the Godhead. It is the divine thoughts and the force of what we call existence in the mind. The mind is the spirit, not the brain. The brain is physical. The mind is spiritual. Now, let's say you would like to stop some animosity or some hate. What you would do is spell these words, okay? And place them under your doorstep to release the tension and reconcile problems. A, B, C, H, G, G, T, G, V, X, O, O, G, K, F, S, Z. I will spell it because the A is capital, the T is capital, the F is capital, write that on a piece of parchment paper, a piece of brown paper, and put it underneath your doorstep. And anyone and everyone who walks over it have intention or malice in their heart, it shall be reconciled and released. Don't ask me how I know. I just know. And it just is. If you want to cause weapons to malfunction, You want to cause certain weapons or technology to malfunction or dysfunction. What up, McQuinn? You would repeat this. Habla gat bata belu. Habla gat bata belu. Over and over again with the image of the particular weapon you would want to malfunction. Let's say a plane spreading chemicals in the air. Well, you would hold the image of that. Or let's say a weather modification machine. You would hold the image of that in your mind and meditate on it as you recite these words. Ablegat bata beluch. Let me spell it for you. A-B-L-A-G-O-T. Ablegat bata belu. B-A-T-A-B-L-E-U. Bat la gat. You got me? Yeah, I'm giving y'all that shit here. Woo woo! You like it? I love it. Show some love to your boy. Show some love to your boy. If this is helping you, show some love to your boy. Being the majority of us are indigenous to the land, should we be attempting to speak our native tongues whenever we speak our desired manifestations out loud? Absolutely. Why you think I'm giving you certain things in a different language? For example, if you want to know an old prayer recited for miracles, an old prayer recited for protection, it is the Anabakoach. The Anabakoach is an ancient Hebrew prayer, ancient Kabbalic prayer, and it is as follows. Anabakoach, Gidelat Yarminka, Tatir Tessera, Kabel Renat, Ahamcha Sahagvinu, Teharenu Nara, Nagibor, Dorshe, Yurkadeka, Kabvat Shomrem, Baharem, Taharem, Rachame, Tarzikateka. Tamid, Komlem, Jasen, Kadosh, Brav Tufka, Nahel Arateka. Yakir Ke'e, Lamcha, Pane, Zokre, Kadushyatika. Shivatenu Kabel, Usheman Tezokatenu, Yodia Te Alamut, Baruch Shem Kalvod, Malkuto, Lelam Vaed. The Anabukoach. It's a miracle prayer. It does a lot of things. Spirit demands payment. Cash App. I like you. I like that. Yeah. Y'all ever seen fucking VHS? I like you. Now, if you haven't fasted for 3 days, if you've busted a nut, if you've had intercourse with a lady, do not speak or utter these words. The words I'm about to tell you, you have to have a pure vessel to speak and to say. Do not say these things if you do not have a pure vessel at the time. It is Abtan, Abnistan, Zaroquin, Jaquan, Nanderas, Portarte, Fijas, Alapiana, Pohujna, Sacrothium, and you will get what you want. You will get what you desire. But you have to fast for 3 days. You have to be pure. No sex. I'll type it in the chat. Write it down. Abdan. Afghanistan, Zorakhtan, Iran, Nandiras, Parte, Fios, also pronounced Fios, Alafina, Fonage, Sacrofium. Do not say these things unless your body and your vessel is pure and you have not indulged in intercourse for at least 3 days. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't fucking do it. Don't fucking do it. You thought you was going to be loyal because I was looking? Don't do it. To drive away evil spirits out of a home, out of a car, or just away from you, you would recite and chant this at least 10 times. Adra, Adrata, Astra, Bilel, Biliel, Aliel, Ia-Ia-O, Agla, Elith, Atla, Gebor, Lelam, Edonai, Agios. And so it is. Lemon and salt? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Earlier today, we went over a little consecration, how to pray over things and set intention in water and herbs. I like you. Again, if you're looking for that, to drive out evil spirits out of a home, the majority of these evil spirits that like to fuck with humans have a name. And if you say these things names, they have no choice but to bow to you and obey your command. Their names are involved in this incantation. Adra, Adrata, Astra, Biliel, Belial, Aliel, Ia-Ia-O, Agla, Aith, Atla, Gebor, Elo, Ai, Lelam, Edonai, Agias. And so it is. Need that in the chant right now. Gratitude. Last time I dry fasted 3 days, a couple times in March. Hey, there you go. There you go. Big ups to you. Heart flames. I see you. So again, that is Adra, Adrata, Astra, Bil Elel, Belail, Aliel, E-I-E-I-O, Agla, Aith, Atla, Gabor, Leolam Adonai Agias. There you go. Can we do the one all together 10 times? LOL, because this is new to me and I need it 8 more times. Ah! Alright. Fuck it. Alright, I got y'all. Let's do it together. Remember, this is to dispel and drive out evil out of our home or our dwelling. So if we do it together, we about to do a mass fucking cleansing. Y'all with me? If you with me, rocking with me. Hello, how you doing? Go ahead, send some love to my Cash App, man. Y'all know what the deal is. Adra, Adrata, Astra, Bilael, Beliel, Aliel, Ea, O, Agla, Alith, Atla, Gabor, Leolam, Edonai, Agias, Elohim, and so it is. Adra, Adrata, Astra, Belial, Aliel, Ea, O, Agla, Aithla, Atla, Gibor, Leolam, Edonai, Agias, Elohim, and so it is. Adra, Adrata, Astra, Belial, Elael, Iaio, Agla, Elaith, Atla, Gibor, Leolam, Edonai, Agias, Elohim, and so it is. Adra, Adrata, Astra, Belial, Aliel, Iaio, Agala, Aith, Atla, Gibor, Leolam, Edonai, Agias, Elohim, and so it is. Adra, Adrata, Astra, Belial, Aliel, Iaio, Agla, Iatit, Atla, Gibor, Leolam, Edonai, Agias, Elohim, and so it is. What is that, 4 or 5? What is that, 4 or 5? Let's keep going. Adra, Adrata, Astra, Belial, Aliel, Agias, Aiao, Agla, Iaith, Atla, Gibor, Leolam, Edonai, Agias, Elohim, and so it is. I'm adding my own words of power to it if you haven't noticed. I'm sorry. I'm just doing my own thing here. We're doing this collectively and I need to just follow along. I'm sorry. I'm such a Sagittarius. Don't get mad at me. Adra, Adrata, Astra, Belial, Aliel, Iaio, Agla, Aith, Atla, Gibor, Leolam, Edonai, Agias, Elohim, and so it is. 2 more. Adra, Adrata, Astra, Belial, Aliel, Iaio, Agla, Aith, Atla, Gibor, Leolam, Edonai, Agias, Elohim, and so it is. Adra, Adrata, Astra, Belial, Aliel, Iaio, Agla, Aith, Atla, Gibor, Leolam, Edonai, Agias, Elohim, And so it is. There you go. Oh my, ocean lover, what's up? I am Jabarn. What up? I probably said that terribly. This one is to dispel evil spirits out of a home or a dwelling. Now, here's some sigils. You can also draw. You can draw these and you can leave them in your wallet. You can put them in your purse. You can put them in your house. You can draw them on the floor. You can put them on your altar. And it does the same thing. Elohim, Sabaoth, Ag, La, Reformito, Transformito, Formito. Wagwan! Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Hanael, Agata, El, Otios, Iobas, Aglata, Aglata, Agios, Agias. And then you draw a straight line with a P on the top, T in the center, with a swoop underneath. Big Mike, my guardian, I borrowed the sword to cut those cords. That's what I'm talking about. I'm telling y'all, y'all need to fuck with Logan. Y'all need to go fuck with Logan. Mr. Synchronicity know what good. Yeah, another supreme protection chant right here. Barnasa, Lenitas, Barkulia, Agla, Angola, Tetragrammaton, Edonai, Elohim. Barnasa, Lenitas, Busela, Agla, Angla, Tetragrammaton, Edonai, Elohim. You can literally draw that. You can carve that in something, or you can just fucking say it like we just did. There are many different facets to these type of things here. Many different facets to these type of things. Now, let's say you're going out in public and you know you're about to be exposed to a whole bunch of witchcraft and debauchery. And you're trying to keep your quantum field light. What you're going to want to do is get a small mirror. A small pocket mirror. And put it in your pocket. What that's going to do is any fucking spell, any evil eye sent to you, it will send it back times 3. And no harm will be done upon you. For the mirror will reflect the energy that's being sent towards you. Okay? If you're dealing with something inside of the body, a lot of negative thoughts, you're dealing with depression, you're dealing with anxiety, you're dealing with thoughts of, I don't know, self-harm or some shit, what you're going to want to do is make an elixir, okay? And charge it in the sun. Get some water and a sprig of rosemary. Let me show y'all what a sprig of rosemary looks like, because I got shit all over this damn apartment. But you get the sprig of rosemary. You say the incantation that we said earlier, either with the 2 fingers or with your open palm, over the waters and over the creature of the earth, which in this case would be the herb rosemary. Let it sit in the sun and charge for 2 days. Open that motherfucker and drink about 2 teaspoons or a tablespoon. Shit, you can down the whole hatch if you like the taste of rosemary water. I personally don't. But to each its own. Drink up and those thoughts will be alleviated. And there you have it, my friends. It's a little bit of magic, a little bit of psychic self-defense, a whole lot of secret words of power. Now, I want to talk a little bit about talismans for a second. Magical talismans. Return to the sender. Basically, yeah, it's a return to sender without actually having to do anything. Like in the movie Constantine. Constantine, the animated version and the one with Keanu Reeves, have a whole bunch of occult gems in those movies that people actually used for thousands of years. A lot of these people who make these Hollywood movies try to get authentic spells to make it even feel more real, especially when you're dealing with a horror movie that involves demons, or a TV show, for example, like American Horror Story. There you go. Y'all already know. Y'all know. So if you know what a sprig of rosemary looks like, or do I have to show y'all an example? It's just a piece of rosemary. It ain't even gotta be long. Just get a little piece of rosemary. Put that shit up in there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like rosemary from the store. Yes, like rosemary from the store. I live in an area where rosemary just kind of grow wild and bushes and clusters and shit. So I can just walk and grab some, say my sacred words over it, cleanse it, boil it, make spiritual baths, make medicinal, magical elixirs, all kinds of shit. Or you could just go to the store and get it. But understand, don't eat with it. It will be for spiritual purposes. Bro, Lovecraft Country right there. That's one of them shows. When you know occult magic and you know occult science, Lovecraft Country makes you feel so happy. It just makes you so happy somebody had the balls to put all that on TV. Like, good job. You know what I'm saying? That's the shit I like to see. Like, I just want to give homeboy a high five just for making that. Like, high five, man. Good job. Fucking bravo. Well done. Seriously. Like, no sarcasm either. Like, seriously. I genuinely want to give Jordan Peele a high. I didn't like that nigga until he made Lovecraft Country. That shit changed my whole thought process on oh boy. Now, when we're dealing with a talisman, a magical talisman is anything you hold an intention over, okay? But you have to carve it. You have to make it. You could put a sigil into it. You could make it a Shatori square if you'd like. Any type of talisman. You have to charge it with your magnetism and either the energy of the sun or the energy of the moon, okay? Once you've done that, you can take it with you and wear it wherever you want. I like to make talismans for luck and protection, but you can make a talisman or a charm for just about fucking anything. And I do mean anything. For example, this might look like a simple chain to you, but this was charged under the moonlight for fucking 2 weeks. During October when we had 2 moons and a whole bunch of planetary alignments. This shit right here, magnetized to the finest, player. I have a talisman I made because I celebrate Yule recently. Magnetized for the spirits of nature, connected to the spirits of water. And what it does is it connects the earth, air, water, and fire. But also, the blue string here, the fact that this is Fraser and Douglas, and rosemary goes to show you how protective and how powerful this is. And I keep this on my altar, or I hang it up for ritual purposes during Yule as a decoration to ward off evil and negativity. Talismans. They could be several things, you know. Maybe my love. Like my noble fur I have hanging here. Or like my pine cross I have hanging here. Or like my Satori square I have right here. Talismans can be however you choose. They could be whatever you like. For example, I have a statue of the Bodhisattva that guards my house constantly, that I've put my own energy and magnetism into. Or, for example, if I were to go outside and take you to my tree altar, where I do my magical works, my magical practices, you would see that I have a talisman for Esu. I have a talisman for Alamandore. I have my Mayan skull that connects me to several different things. I have my Elegba and my Kori shells. And down here, amidst all the green, I have my Lakshmi statue. You know, a little ritual space. Gets the job done when it needs to be done. What can I say? I'm a magical little shit, ain't I? Happens like that from time to time. Demetrius, wagwan! And there you have it. Magic, it's not as complex as people try to make it out to be. It's not as black and white. It's very subjective. Think of it like a cheat code to the Matrix. It's not the end-all, be-all, but it can give you the upper hand when you need it. It's not the rabbit that won the race. It's the turtle. The turtle always wins. So be patient, my friends, and keep a steady pace. If not, you'll get burnt out and lose the race. Because it's a marathon, not a sprint. I even make my own candles for ritual purposes. For example, I have a blue dragon candle. A two-tone, homemade blue dragon candle that I am waiting to light. Because when I light that blue dragon candle and do my water ritual for the winter solstice, every dragon and every serpent on the fucking planet is going to awaken and feel the energy. That I can promise. And Kingu and Kingu's descendants are gonna wish and pray that we don't find those motherfucking treacherous bastards for what they've done to our people. That's all I could say. Kingu, come out, wherever you are. Because I still hear the screams, fucker. I'll never forget what you did to me. You see, once upon a time, a long time ago, back when the world was young, I was a very handsome man. A very rich, violent man. And I didn't like humanity at all. In fact, let's just say I was a real son of a bitch. Until I fell in love. And I fell in love. I had a change of heart. But none of that mattered because of what I had done. So I was betrayed by my own people and murdered. And not only was I murdered, I was decapitated. And to this day, my original body's remains are under a pyramid. I have been here so many fucking times, I can't even count them anymore. And, it's not the same how it once was, but we're in a special time. Almost like the times when the earth was still young. Almost. You can feel it. Some of us can hear it. Some of us are experiencing it at night in our dreams. But there's a war going on. And I want everybody to understand the severity of the situation. Because right now, in 2024, there's two bloodlines that are watching. Just watching. Could interfere at any time they want. And nobody, and I mean nobody, would be able to do a fucking thing about it. Just watching. Waiting to see what we do. While the descendants of Kingu, the crooked Canaanite Moors, and the inebriate man, the red man, run around scared. Understand why you feel the aggression you feel. Why you feel the sense of urgency you do. Where these dreams are coming from. Why the fuck I popped up in 2024 out of the blue, by the way. Looking exactly like how I've always looked for thousands of years. Same face. Same head shape. And I'm not the only one. It's thousands, millions of us. And as we waking up and we remember, a lot of things are going to take place December, January, and in February, okay? They're going to slap you in the face and make you wonder just how it got to this point, really. And I want you to know it was written. It was supposed to be this way, okay? We have entered Ragnarok. What you're witnessing and what you will continue to witness is the final battle of the old gods. The gods who pulled the sheets over your eyes and pushed our heads in the sand. This is their fall. And as the new gods rise, us, the collective, out of the smoke of Ragnarok, it's not going to be sweet, but it will be worth it. That's all I got for now. Peace. DM me if you want some words of power. Hit that Cash App. I'm going to go ahead and upload this. I love y'all. I'll see y'all next time.